私リアクタのごとき人間の命など救って何になるというのです。
人の使命とはすなわち星によって導かれし運命。セイントの使命はこの世にはびこる悪を打ち砕くこと。
黙りなさい。
キャッネビラ
満月天山。
愛を知らぬあなたに人を罰する資格などありません。やっ成功セッタ
いいでしょう、見るがいい。このアルテミス自らがあなたを成敗いたします。
愛と平和の大地。
愚かに成敗します。ジェイド
セッタ
リアクタのごとき人間の命など救って何になるというのです。ジェイドアロー逃がさないよ。ホーリーシャイン。
少々手荒くなるが許せ。中目どうした怨霊暴魂。今こそ真の強さを見せてやる。無益な殺生はしたくない。さあ殺してくれるぞ。冥界変更。一瞬のうちに葬ってやろう。ギャラクシアンエクスプロージョン。潰してやるぞ。やっ
星雲祈願。引き下がるという選択肢はないのよ。風は許さぬ。スターフォールプロフェシー。スターフォールプロフェシー。はあまだまだスターオーシャン。不本意ではあるけれど、ここは私がお相手しましょう。
俺に任せとけ。でも俺は同じ年頃のそこをどけセイントよ。食らえ任せるザコ。受けてみろ。
安らかな眠りにつきなさい。どこへなりと去りなさい。
この私が行きましょう。失せろ。死ね。大腕どうした。いざ鉄槌を下さん。
コスモよ。
この俺が切り裂いてやるわ。ぜいそれ。死ね。食らえ天竜
スモが燃えている限り諦めちゃダメだ。燃え上がれ。くらえ。僕は人を傷つけたくないんだ。
熱く燃やせ奇跡を起こせ。傷ついたまんまじゃいないと誓い合った遥かな銀河。描かせファンタジーそして夢だけは誰も奪えない心の翼だから。Saint Seiya
浄化の光。天魔降伏。高速エクスカリバー氷結リング。二重人格を切り裂け。絶対零度の剣。アリエス最大の剣。ライオンサイクロン。
Desire, I've been baptized. to eternity. With pure emotion, I overflow. Will you stay with me here and let the waves unfold? Do I let it show in the afterglow that I'm falling for you? Do I let it show in the afterglow that I'm falling for you? Your love takes me higher. I'm ocean deep in your desire. I've been baptized by your fire. So when you say my name, it's like a choir. Your love takes me higher. I'm ocean deep in your desire. I've been baptized by your fire. So when you say my name, it's like a choir. Love leave me blinded like the morning sun, falling in your river, waterfalls begun, swimming in the depths of your embrace. Will you stay with me here until the embers fade? Do I let it show in the afterglow that I'm falling for you? Do I let it show in the afterglow that I'm falling for you? Your love takes me higher. I'm ocean deep in your desire. I've been baptized
私リアクタのごとき人間の命など救って何になるというのです。
人の使命とはすなわち星によって導かれし運命。セイントの使命はこの世にはびこる悪を打ち砕くこと。
黙りなさい。
キャッネビラ
満月天山。
愛を知らぬあなたに人を罰する資格などありません。やっ成功セッ
いいでしょう、見るがいい。このアルテミス自らがあなたを成敗いたします。
愛と平和の大地。
愚かな、成敗します。レイドアロー
センター。
リアクタのごとき人間の命など救って何になるというのです。レイドアロー逃がさないよ。ホーリーシャイン。
少々手荒くなるが許せ。赤目どうした。怨霊暴根。今こそ真の強さを見せてやる。無益な殺生はしたくない。さあ殺してくれるぞ。冥界変更。一瞬のうちに葬ってやろう。ギャラクシアンエクスプロージョン。潰してやるぞ。やっ
星雲祈願。引き下がるという選択肢はないのよ。風は許さぬ。スターフォールプロフェシー。スターフォールプロフェシー。はあ、まだまだスターオーシャン。不本意ではあるけれど、ここは私がお相手しましょう。
俺に任せとけ。でも俺は同じ年頃のそこをどけセイントよ。食らえ。任せるザコ。受けてみろ。
安らかな眠りにつきなさい。どこへなりと去りなさい。
この私が行きましょう。
失せろ。死ね。大腕どうした。いざ鉄槌を下さん。
コスモよ。
この俺が切り裂いてやるわ。てそれ。死ね。食らえ。天竜剣。
コスモが燃えている限り諦めちゃダメだ。燃え上がれ。くらえ。僕は人を傷つけたくないんだ。
熱く燃やせ奇跡を起こせ。傷ついたまんまじゃいないと誓い合った遥かな未来。映画説ファンタジーそして夢だけは誰も奪えない心の翼だから。Saint Seiya
浄化の光。天魔降伏。高速エクスカリバー氷結リンゴ。二重人格を切り裂け。絶対零度の剣。アリエス最大の剣。ライオンサイクロン。エクスカリバーバットロー。敗血大釜。切り裂いてやるわ。
愛と平和の大地。神聖シリアクタのごとき人間の命など救って何になるというのです。
人の使命とはすなわち星によって導かれし運命。セイントの使命はこの世にはびこる悪を打ち砕くこと。
黙りなさい。
キャッネビラ
満月天山。
愛を知らぬあなたに人を罰する資格などありません。やっ
いいでしょう。見るがいい。 このアルテミス自らがあなたを成敗いたします。
愛と平和の大地。
愚かな成敗します。ジェイドアローセンター。リアクサのごとき人間の命など救って何になるというのです。ジェイドアロー逃がさないよ。ホーリーシャイン。
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first day of the first ever Saint Seiya Galactic Championship. My name is Androli. I'll be one of your hosts today for this English broadcast.
And I am Manano. I want to thank everybody for coming here for today's great matches. We're going to have a great, awesome time.
Absolutely. And guys, we have a very, very important message before we get started with anything else. We are going to have a ton of giveaways today, okay? And the way it works is you have to leave your email address in the comments here during the live stream. If you don't feel comfortable leaving your primary email, you can open a secondary one that you're going to use just for this. They need an email address to contact you for the prizes. So very, very important to keep that in mind.
Yes, and the prizes will be coming up right about after each set of the match. So make sure that you have good idea as to what email you will use so that you use it right away in the comments below of this stream.
Absolutely. Super, super important detail to keep in mind. And, before starting as well, we want to take the chance to thank Huawei App Gallery for their support of not just this tournament, other tournaments we've done in the past, and the game in general. Okay, if you're following at home, you can watch this in several platforms. We have streams going out on Facebook, YouTube, Nemo TV, and TikTok.
And then right up, we will be, right about now, we'll be talking about the schedule, which is about to come up on screen. So here we have the tournament schedule. We have all the way until these days, we have a round of 16. Then we have the quarterfinals, which are today, as well as tomorrow, we'll have the semifinal and the grand final as well. So all of this trajectory until now, from the 18th of this month all the way until today and tomorrow. And here we have the tournament bracket, which explains exactly that: the quarterfinals, the semifinals, the final match, and of course, the continuation of today to tomorrow. There were 22 players participating in this competition. These 22 players were also divided into 6 groups according to the respective regions. Each group played a single round of BO3 in the group. And after a fierce competition, a total of 16 players enter the JGC Global Competition stage.
That's right, Manano, but it's been an even longer road than that, because before getting to this tournament, these players already had to prove that they were the best in the region, okay? Because this is really a global tournament with players from every single version of the game. Today, we're going to be looking at 2 matches in this quarterfinal. We have a player from the Chinese server who we're going to call Ice Coke, I believe is the translation that we got. We have DGX representing SEA, and then we have Dr. Ajota from the America server and Gianluca from Europe.
All right, and then definitely we're going to see some really, really exciting matches. The first match will be the Iced Coke versus DGX. Ice Coke representing the China server and DGX representing the SEA server, and Gianluca versus Dr. Ajota. All right, they're both gonna be BO3, and they promise to be excellent, amazing matches. All of these individuals have eliminated a lot of other players, essentially all of the other players in the bracket that we showed previously. So we have here the best of the best, the top of the top in this September
The creme de la creme.
2021.
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
And in these matches today, we have something very interesting, because we have 3 players that are the last representatives from their servers, right? So there's still quite a few players from the Chinese server that are alive, that are still in the tournament in the other bracket. But today we have the last standing warrior from SEA, from America, and for Europe. So these guys, believe me, they're going to be fighting all out because the hopes of their entire server are riding on their shoulders. So this is going to be amazing.
And not only their servers, but also the fact that each member represents their own server specifically within the game, but also their entire region as well.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're starting right away. We're starting with the first round of the first match between Ice Coke and DGX.
All right, here we go. We have DGX at the bottom. We have Ice Coke at the top. There you have also the code as well on screen for you guys to be able to benefit from that as well.
Exactly. Yes, that code that you see here in between Manano and I, Pegasus Seiya, will get you a reward in the game, and you have to claim it on the website. Okay, you cannot claim this inside of the game. You have to go to the website. Okay, go this way.
Pointing at it right now. Yeah, exactly.
So here we have a matchup of two teams that we've seen a lot during this tournament, maybe a little bit too much during this tournament, because they're by far the two strongest teams available in the game right now. One of them is Artemis Brilliance, the other one is Commander Pandora. Those two ladies are the key units here.
Yes, essentially because we're dealing with BO3, which means the best of three matches. We essentially have to deal with more condensed lineups, right? And the BO5, we have a greater spread of the characters because we have to come up with three teams. But here, because it's only two teams, we will get to see a lot of these lineups setting up where we see the Artemis versus the Pandora lineup. And then we also have other lineups as well. But these two are definitely the two most played in the BO3 format as of this September 2021.
They are just so strong, man. The combination of Artemis with basics and then Pandora with the just excessive damage and control that her skill provides is just, it's really hard to deal with. So these players, I love the format of the tournament where all of these players would put in the same server with the same units, the same levels, and the same Cosmo. So they had a limited amount of Cosmo that they could apply to their units. So they can't go and, you know, build 5, 6 different teams. They had to do their best to focus on two teams that would guarantee them victory. And this is usually what it comes down to.
Exactly. And here in the case of Ice Coke, we see that Pandora lineup not only leading with the Pandora, but also having the combination of Thanatos and also the damage, the continuous damage per action of Orphe. All right, so that immediately makes the control and damage of Pandora activate right away, which is a lethal combination. You can see right away DGX has most of his characters, no, all of his characters that have health, with the exception of Odysseus, who just revived, and he goes ahead and hides that Pisces Aphrodite because he knows that Pisces can absolutely demolish the enemy lineup, but he has to protect it. Okay.
Yeah, and I love seeing Pisces back in the mix. He's a character that was amazing at the start, then kind of fell off, then had his rebirth, and then kind of fell off again. And now he's back, and he's back for one reason only. There's so much automatic damage in the game that it's almost guaranteed that he's gonna lose some HP, and Artemis already checked out.
But unfortunately, here we see Ice Coke that destroys that Artemis, which means that Pisces is gonna have a lot of his damage taken away, and DGX has a good situation. He has a Pisces that have health. He goes ahead, starts to attack, is not gonna have the second action, but just the half damage, we see that it hits pretty hard and activates.
Not enough though.
Alone right away, but not gonna be as deadly as with Artemis.
Yep, that second move, because in between moves, he's gonna get hit by Orpheus, so he loses HP again, and he can do a big attack again. But since he lost Artemis, the double turn mechanic is completely canceled from the game. Pisces gets one move, and we see that it's not enough to take anyone out. Ice Coke still has his Coke full.
Yes. Ice Coke definitely made a very key play by eliminating the Artemis there. Otherwise, I think probably Ice Coke would have lost the entire lineup in that first round if he would have not eliminated the Artemis of DGX.
Yep, and that Orpheus hidden means that DGX can't focus him in any way whatsoever, because he has an individual attacker with alone, and then he has Pisces, which shoots randomly, but he cannot hit hidden units. So that's super key to have that Orpheus hidden. Now the
if
Divine
you look
Taurus
at
on Ice Coat's side is asleep because he's the one that killed Artemis, right?
Yes, exactly, with the counter. Now we see by the order of the characters, we see that Kane is definitely key in this situation, because the Alone is not only hidden, but if for some reason is killed, it will be revived by Kane, because Alone is all the way at the last characters. All right, the very last one will be Pisces, but we see that Alone is all the way after all the characters of Ice Coat. So that makes Kane very, very, very useful in this situation.
Here goes Pandora Commander again, completely canceling out that Divine Taurus, make sure that he cannot use his skill. He can take the soul out of any unit, and that makes it a lot easier to kill. But he hasn't been able to do anything. We have 2 Divine Tauruses here in the Plague Field, and there haven't been any exorcisms yet. Everybody's still in their full form. So 2 units that make it onto the battle, but haven't been too effective so far.
And we can only wonder how much HP, how much health those Tauruses have, since they have not been defeated yet after so much damage and absorbing so much damage. And it's gone. DGX lineup is completely demolished. We see the combination from Pandora and the hit from Orpheus. And here goes the Pisces trying to make a comeback. Goes down with the cannon, goes down the Xion, but...
But here comes some reflect damage. His Aphrodite shyness is over. Pisces does a really good job. He took out Xion, Cannon, also Divine Taurus, but we still have a combination of Xion's Ghost protecting Thanatos, and Orpheus is still hidden, so he couldn't target him. It would have been key to get rid of that Orpheus.
Yeah.
As of right now, Ice Coke still has 2 attackers left, while DGX has a cow and a fish, basically.
Yes. But it's one hell of a fish, and it's round 3, which means that Taurus is no longer protecting the Pisces. The Pisces takes the direct damage. Thanatos eliminates the Pisces.
That is it, my friends. That is it. There's no way Thanatos finishes it off with an explosion, which is one of my favorite abilities in the entire game. And round 1 goes to Ice Coke.
Ice Coke, exactly. The thing about that match there is that unfortunately we did not get to see the spirit of the Divine Taurus, which is essentially one of the, I mean, not the main characteristic, but one of the really great benefits of bringing that character, having that character in spirit form, doing area of attack damage, but it has to have other team members survive in order for that to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a matter of picks. Here, Commander Pandora completely demolished DGX's team, because that damage is it's unsurvivable. There's very few ways to deal with the combination of Pandora and Orpheus. Okay, sometimes Artemis works, sometimes a really fast control can work as well. But other than that, when you run across that team, man, it's so hard to deal with.
And
so
for
difficult.
DGX, it's a difficult position because he has to think, all right, do I hide Pisces or do I hide Artemis? And in that situation, if he doesn't hide Pisces, then the Pisces will be killed. And if he hides the Pisces, then it will be the Artemis. So in that type of situation, it's very difficult. And here we have the prices.
Yeah. Absolutely, guys. So like we mentioned at the start, we're going to have giveaways throughout the entire tournament. And all you have to do is leave your email address here in the comments when you're watching the stream, okay? The spectators are going to be chosen randomly. They need the email address to contact you, and you can either get Huawei Spend Money or Huawei vouchers, okay? Players in North America and Europe will get money, and players in Latin America will get coupons. Now, if there is no Huawei service in your area, then the game will send you something inside of the game. We assume all of you are playing Saint Seiya Awakening, so you'll get a reward there.
Exactly. So guys, please go ahead and participate. Put your emails down in the comments. Make sure that you participate. This is the only way to participate. And no matter what region or what situation you're in, they will make sure to give you the corresponding equivalent for you to use in the game. All right. So
absolutely.
At any moment, we will see the lucky
yeah, some winners. And remember, guys, we mentioned at the start, if you don't feel comfortable providing your primary email, the one you use for your personal stuff or for your work, you can just go open another email in Gmail, Yahoo, where if you're old school like me, you'll go with Yahoo. Open a new email, something that you can use just for now. Put it in the comment. That way, if you're chosen, the organizers can contact you. There's no other way for them to message you if you don't leave an email address, okay? So very, very important.
Exactly. So it doesn't matter what email you use, just use any email that is valid that you have access to, and you will be participating to win these prizes. All right.
Yes. And absolutely. Furthermore, I encourage you to not use a personal or private or important email, okay? Because you are putting it in a chat, in a live stream. So just be very careful about your privacy, okay? And best of luck to everyone. If you guys are leaving your emails right now, the organizers should be selecting those lucky guys, and we should see them in a moment for the prices that we saw before.
Exactly. So go ahead. This is your time to participate. Go ahead and spam that comments box right there with your email so that you get a fair chance of winning these prizes. And yeah, so right now we are getting warmed up for the next set, the second match of this first game of these two competitors. We already had a very key battle there before us, which we had, as Androli said, the Pandora versus the Artemis. However, clearly the Pandora had an advantage because of the accumulation of damage of that control unit of Pandora with the Orphe and the Thanatos. It was simply too much to bear.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but Pandora is my permaban. I just don't play against her. Okay, when I'm fighting, when I'm doing Galactic Duel, I know a lot of people do this too. I refuse to fight against Pandora, Commander Pandora. It's too strong. But guys, really quickly, I have my eye on the chat here for the stream. Remember, you have to leave your email. If there's somebody that speaks English and Spanish, you can translate for the people that are watching us. Thank you, by the way, for showing up, all the Spanish speakers, to watch us, as always. Somebody do a quick translation there in the chat. Explain to people that they have to leave their email, probably better some secondary email, so that they have a chance to win. Okay, without emails, you can't win.
You gotta have an email now. Everybody can get an email. It's the 21st century. Get an email for free anywhere.
Exactly. There's 1,500 different ways to get an email nowadays. It takes like 5 clicks. So go ahead and do it. Enter the raffle. If I wasn't speaking, I would be typing my email and entering the raffle as well. Once again, thank you guys for showing up to support the English stream. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, while they pick the winners, we're gonna get started. The second round of the first game should be starting fairly soon, but we should be seeing some winners announced first, and then the organizers will contact you via that email that you're placing, okay?
Of course, they will contact you directly at that email. So hence the importance of the accuracy of that email address that you place there, all right?
Yes, and I do see our people are doing a good job with the translation of the instructions. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. I have my eye on the chat, so if you guys want to throw out any questions or whatever, I'll do my best to answer them while we wait for the results here of the first draw.
Yeah, what do you see in the comments there?
Well, they're asking for instructions in Spanish, but I can't do that, okay? Somebody translate in the chat.
Can't do that.
All right, leave a question if you want. I can answer questions now while we wait for the second round.
Yeah, but thing is, just to talk about that match that just happened before. It's again, it's a very condensed because it's BO3, and it's interesting to see what kind of lineup will come up next from Ice Coke. We almost know for sure it may be an Artemis lineup. However, what kind of members he's gonna put in that Artemis lineup is what really is gonna make the difference. So here we're gonna have a lot of Artemis lineups, a lot of Pandora lineups, but the question is, what other members will you bring? It seems like for Pandora, we have a lot of Orphe. Thanatos may or may not be there. And for Artemis, some individuals may bring the Athena exclamation. Other individuals will bring, let's say, even the old school Milo. All right.
Oh yes, that's somebody that we've seen in this tournament. That was a complete surprise, and not only in this tournament, we saw it in the regular Jamir as well. Which was the first time I saw it, I honestly thought the player had chosen it incorrectly.
All right,
and
here we
have
go
a
with
list
our
of
list
winners.
of
You go for
winners.
it. You read them out, Manano. Who won?
Yeah, so our winners here for the 50, the first prize is Jorge Hood Walker, Gustavo Cuenca, Roberto Diego QA, Edilson Rodríguez, Luis Enrique Pedro, Pablo Andrés, Altemar da Silvaulio,
No, Silva.
Silva,
And then Julio.
César Lima Santos, Juan Carlos, Fagner Melo.
This was
Alright,
okay.
so-
So those are the winners. Congratulations. We have what? 2, 4. We have 10 total winners of $50
Yes.
in either coupons or Huawei money. So congratulations to these 10 lucky spectators. You see, it pays off. Put your email in the chat so you have a chance to win.
Right.
All right.
And let me take the opportunity to thank for the great support of Huawei App Gallery for this event. Once again, remind all the audience friends that if you want to watch the game, you can watch it through Facebook, YouTube, Nemo TV, TikTok, and you can get rich rewards while watching the game. Thank you very much, Huawei App Gallery, for your support.
Thank you indeed, Huawei App Gallery. It's awesome of you guys to support this game that we all love in this manner. Really, it is much, much appreciated by us, by the audience, by the players, by everyone. And if I'm not mistaken, we're jumping straight into the second round here. Let's go.
Yes. Here we go with match 2 of DGX versus Ice Coke. Here they have the code again, as Androli is pointing out right there, and as well. So in this second match, let's see what combination of characters we see with the respective lineups.
Yep. So the code this time is Libra Doko. It should be an equivalent of about $10 in rewards, and you have to go enter it on the website. Okay, guys. Here the match is starting.
So here we go. Starts. DGX at the bottom, Ice Coke at the top.
And we have a double Artemis face-off here.
Yes.
Not quite mirror teams, though we do have Artemis, Odysseus, and Cain are in common. There's also 2 Pisces, but Ice Coke has Divine Shun and Divine Milo, while DGX has Divine Taurus and Alo. So a little bit of difference, but similar.
Yes, it's gonna be interesting to see how Ice Coke faces off, because in a way, that Divine Taurus is a more immediate protection than the Divine Shun, right? But the presence of Cain makes sure that those members that are slower will have a fighting chance as well. So let's see, they both activate their respective Artemis.
Ice
And
Coke
here we
chooses
go.
to hide Artemis in this case and not Pisces. Let's see if DGX does the same thing. And let's remember, DGX still had his full arsenal at his disposal. Ice Coke already used Thanatos, Orpheus, a lot of strong units, and that's why we're seeing this Artemis lineup now. Now, it does seem that Ice Coke is faster. He has the speed advantage here.
Yes, having the speed advantage with that Odysseus is key, because I mean, we don't know what kind of Cosmos he's using, but no, there's no deaccelerator, it seems. There's no deceleration so far.
And Ice Coke goes with a secret instead of the AoE, which is the most common use of Odysseus with Artemis. He actually goes for a secret because he doesn't need energy for any of his units except maybe Milo. So that mechanic is amazing. I love the mechanic of the secret. As a caster, it makes it harder for me to do my job, but it's so interesting to not know what that Odysseus is going to do when that secret pops. We know it wasn't a heal. We know it wasn't a simple counter because he hasn't done any of that yet. Oh my goodness, and Divine Taurus moves before Ice Coke has a chance to hide anyone.
And
So
the Taurus that marks Cain, which is the key unit in this lineup of Ice Coke, because that way there will be no revivals coming up if he eliminates that Cain before the other units. All right,
Correct.
and we see that the Milo is already outside of its hiding state.
Yep, that was thanks to Odysseus and his AoE basics, which is again completely broken. how strong this character is being able to do AoE attacks with a basic. Two of them if you combine them with Artemis. That's why they're so common together.
The protection of Shun to Kane.
To Kane, and that makes me think that that Kane may have a Cosmo that prevents death. So either Rising Dragon Teeth or Tree of Resurrection, because then the ghost dies, but the unit itself remains and is protected by Shun.
The unit will remain even if the ghost dies?
Yes, if he's
the
protected,
whole point of the ghost to eliminate that when it goes away, the unit goes away?
No, Legendary Cosmo still activates. So that Kane could be saved unless it's being run by Fuchsia. If he's being run with Fuchsia, then he's dead. But if he has a Revive Cosmo, it will proc, it will activate.
All right.
Yeah, and DGX is choosing to go for that Odysseus first. Get rid of whatever secret it is that he activated. Instead of going for Shun, he goes for Odysseus. Or going for Divine Milo. So a very interesting choice here.
Ice Coke is about to use his control of Kane. Let's see on which character he uses it on. May be key here because DGX has Pisces with plenty of health, so there's no concern there. Yep. Taurus starts the counterattacks.
And he goes for Artemis. He goes for the black hole on Artemis, hoping to cancel maybe a reset in the next round. Not give her a chance to do that. And that Kane is already almost dead thanks to the automatic attacks from a Divine Taurus.
Yes. So here comes a Pisces, the key moment.
Mm-hmm. Will he get lucky with these attacks? He takes out Odysseus. Milo now gets a move, but he only has 2 attacks. And there it is. Kane is dead. The protection with Shun made no sense whatsoever because Kane, that's why I said it's usually run with Fuchsia, right? So if you don't have a Revived Cosmo, you're not going to get anything from that chain protection. Very, very weird move.
There you go. Exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, hey, that Kane is not going to survive no matter how much you protect it with Shun.
Because you don't usually run him with that Cosmo. I think 98% of the players use Fuchsia.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that Pisces gets to absolutely demolish Ice Coke in that first round. And now that we are in the second round, we see the reversal on the Alone, which Ice Coke is trying to make a comeback here in this second round.
Yeah, after losing his revival. Okay, so if Divine Milo or Pisces die, they're staying dead. There's no way to come back. If this Pisces on the side of DGX dies, Kane is going to revive him when his turn comes. Okay, so he goes for the reset on Alone, bringing him back to the start of the battle. He has to wait a whole bunch of another movements to evolve again into his attacking form. And now he goes with basics.
Now, the situation here is that DGX has a very strong position with that Pisces in low health. He can absolutely win the match just with that Pisces on this second round. So, Iced Coke...
Did you see the counters from that Divine Taurus? 70,000 damage counters. Holy moly.
36K. His Artemis 27.
This round is looking a lot more favorable for DGX. Divine Shun then can protect. He doesn't. He actually goes for basics, trying to eliminate Odysseus. Another very interesting choice. Now that Divine Taurus is also preventing some of that damage to get through to Odysseus. It brings it down a lot. I think 30% on max skill, which is a lot of damage that gets absorbed.
Here, DGX showing us why he's so amazing, why he's one of the best players in the world. He has that double protection because he has Kane and he has a secret with Odysseus and he has that Pisces in low health and he manages to reactivate the Alone in the second round. So just with that Pisces is going to be very difficult for Ice.
Here comes Milo though. Here comes Divine Milo taking out Odysseus once. That secret is canceled. He goes next. Of course, he goes for Kane. He gets to his strong individual attacks. He's very close to the AoEs, but the AoEs will actually be bad against him because of Pisces.
Yes. The control over the Pisces of Ice Coke. On the first,
that Pisces, but
wait, the revival. What happened to the revival?
I'm I'm not sure what happened to the revival.
Because
Kane
he
died.
eliminated the Kane as well. So Ice Cold gets super lucky, eliminates the Pisces. The Pisces was about to revive because of Kane, but he also eliminates Kane in the same move. Ice Cold.
There's the two attacks with Pisces that are so strong. That's what we mentioned in the first round. When you have Pisces with Artemis and you can actually get your two attacks off, man, that is so hard to counter. Okay, Artemis resets Milo. That is actually a good move because this Milo then does not have the AoEs yet. He goes back to his very first basic weakest attack. And he still has Divine Taurus here to take the soul of Pisces, expose it, and now alone can one-shot that Pisces when his turn comes.
Absolutely. So here alone, once he gets rid of that Pisces, is gonna have plenty of power because that Milo has been reset, which means that it has to build up all of its constellations from the start. So it seemed like at the beginning Ice Coke had the upper hand, then DGX, then Ice Coke, and now we see DGX coming back again.
Here goes a lone strong attack straight to that Pisces, and that Pisces had Chimera.
Kills it immediately.
300,000. We knew Pisces had Chimera because of the speed debuff.
Boom! 200,000.
Does not dodge. So DGX, we have, once again, DGX, the master of the comebacks, it seems. If you guys remember, this is a fight that has now gone viral. It's probably the most watched fight in the entire tournament, where DGX surprised us when his Orphe was left alone against 6 enemy units and won. That was actually DGX back in that fight. Wow. Again, he has some bad luck here playing against Pisces. He ends up coming back thanks to that Taurus and that alone, and he manages to snatch that victory away from Ice Coke.
Yes, DGX completely amazing there because he was able to do a multiple comeback on the same match in a matter of only 2 rounds, all right? So we saw there the bounce back and forth where first we saw the offense, but then he went ahead and managed to come back twice. And here we have the prices as well, folks. So make sure that you put your email down in the comments. We have different prices, 50, 100, 200, and even 300. But you have to make sure that you participate by putting your email down in the comments, all right? Completely crucial that you do so that the folks here of the game contact you directly and give you your price. No matter your region, you will be given the equivalent of the price promised in the different forms so that you go ahead and enjoy them inside the game.
Yep, and very important also to clear up, the price is either going to be Huawei spend money or Huawei voucher, depending on where you live. And if there is no service for Huawei in your area, then you're going to get the equivalent of that price inside the game. So probably in the form of some packs, some coupons. We're not exactly sure how yet, but you will get your price. So don't worry, if there is no Huawei service in your area, you're still going to get something. So make sure to participate with your secondary email address, as we mentioned earlier. All right, so we're going to wait here for the results of the lucky draw. Just like last time, we have a couple of minutes where they're going to gather all of the participants, pick a random winner, and then they'll be displayed here on screen. And we have a 1-1, Manano. I like it.
Yeah, we have a 1-1, and I think this second match was extremely exciting. That turn of events there with the Artemis versus Artemis lineup. And I don't know if it's a conclusion to say that. It seems like the combination used by DGX ended up being better than the one by Ice Coke in this situation in particular. Yeah. But at the same time, it's kind of difficult to predict where the Pisces is going to hit, which units is going to eliminate. Right?
That's what makes him such an interesting and always fun unit. Since the beginning of the game, since day one, Pisces was amazing, okay? Finally, we have an amazing Pisces in the Saint Seiya universe that we know, because from day one, he was one of the best units, not only in PvP, to help you progress in the game. The randomness of it also makes him extremely fun. So I love that he's back in the game. And it kind of happened randomly, you know? Artemis Brilliance started being used with other teams. You saw Poseidon a little bit, you saw Shijima, and then all of a sudden Pisces comes out and just starts wrecking everyone.
All right, here we have the winners for the 100. Gustav Martins, Diego Jesus, Javier Ramirez, Elena Garcia, Johnny Cat, Giancarlo Vargas, Valdir Dourado, Xavi Omsang, Sergio Sanchez Suarez, and Orlando Jr.
Yep, that's right. Everybody in this list then wins an equivalent of $100 in prizes, either from Huawei directly or in the game, like we mentioned earlier. So congratulations, guys. That's 10 winners of $100. So that giveaway right there was 1,000 total. Okay, so I want to take this chance also to thank once again our amazing sponsors, Huawei App Gallery. If it wasn't for their support, these tournaments wouldn't be possible. Definitely these amazing prizes wouldn't be possible. And if you're watching at home, remember you can do it on Facebook, YouTube, Nemo TV, or TikTok. And we also have 4 different languages going out, which is amazing.
Right.
It's the effort, I think, that the organizers, that the game managers and organizers make to include the entire community in the events and in the giveaways and in the live streams by doing all these 4 languages is, I respect that so much and appreciate that so much as well.
Absolutely. We want to thank all the team for setting up this amazing event. And here we're about to start with the 3rd match, DGX versus Ice Coke. And we have DGX come up with a Pandora lineup, and we have Ice Coke return with his Artemis lineup.
Yeah, but we have a little bit of variance here on the side of DGX. He goes with a hyper fast Athena exclamation. Okay, now remember, this is the newest unit in the game for us. It's a unit comprised of 3 individual units and has so many different functions that it's a little bit hard to predict what the player is going to do. Okay, now again, we have codes here that you can enter. Sajita Ptolemy.
Yes.
I don't know why they went with Sajita.
Code right there.
But enter that code.
Ptolemy.
And make sure, guys, when you go to the website that you're going to claim the code in, make sure that you log in with the same account you use for the game, your main game account, so the prize doesn't go somewhere else. All right, and we see DGX opening up with that exclamation, using Mu to place those shields that not only protect, but will heal as well. It also leaves his Cosmo and all of the effects of his Cosmo activated.
Absolutely. We see here that once again, that lineup of Pandora, Orphe, and Thanatos. And of course, Orphe becomes the key member of that lineup because the damage that is going to be making is going to be very constant on each action of the characters of Ice Coke. And especially the fact that he's facing an Artemis Brilliance means that that Orphe is going to be hitting twice.
A lot.
Which
is what happened to DGX in the first round. He had Artemis Brilliance against Orphe and just got completely demolished by the damage. But we see this is a new strategy that's being used as well. We see Gemini Cannon on the side of DGX with that Decelerator Cosmo. That is typically used more against Commander Pandora's, but it does come into effect here as well. Commander Pandora goes for, oh my goodness. Goes for Odysseus.
Commander Pandora combined with Orphe hitting immediately on that Odysseus, which lowers the health of most of the lineup. That Pisces is building up damage there as he lowers his health, but Artemis is also kind of low. So if we see any major impact from Thanatos, that Artemis could also go down.
It could check out right away, that's right. And DGX still has not hidden any units. Typically you see Commander Pandora being hidden, but since the damage already applied and her effect ended, it doesn't really matter if she takes a little bit of damage now. So he's saving that Aphrodite's Shyness for later at a crucial moment where it could decide the victory, instead of using it here at the start like Ice Coke has done. Okay, Shion's protection goes on Thanatos. That's going to be, I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't protect Orpheus instead. He goes for Thanatos. Because you know why? Because Ice Coke has no energy, so he has to do basics here with Kane.
Yes.
He has to do basics now. He's protected by Shun, so he's not going to die right away. But that damage doesn't disappear entirely. It will be applied to the character and to Shun a little bit later.
Orphe activates the second Serenade, which means that Ice Coke is going to be taking twice the damage from each action. And goes ahead trying, Ice Coke trying to control that Orphe. With his basics.
So he can't activate anything else in the next round. And he still has, well, he has no energy, so that Milo is only going to move once, but that Pisces is going to move twice. So that's a very, very dangerous moment for DGX, who now has Orpheus as the only character not being protected. Thanatos is protected by Shion's shield. Shion has a ghost, so it doesn't really matter. Pandora is hidden, Cannon has 2 lives, and the exclamation is also protected. Orphe is completely vulnerable. But
completely vulnerable. Yeah, but he's still gonna hit, and he just managed to eliminate that Milo.
Oh, and we know what the secret was on Odysseus. It was the sleep. It was the venom. Okay?
But here comes the very key moment. Pisces goes ahead, hits, builds up the rage of the Thanatos. Thanatos hits back. That makes Pisces even deadlier. And the Pisces manages to do a lot of damage with that counter attack of Thanatos.
Absolutely. He takes the first life of Gemini Cannon. He also brings Orpheus dangerously low, and that Orpheus now, he can't attack, so he can't lifesteal. Okay? Let's see how DGX reacts here. He has the Athena exclamation available. Likely gonna go for shield. Yes, he goes for shield. Goes for shield and heal right away.
The deep sleep on Orphe means that there's not gonna be any more damage coming from there. Very well played by Ice Coke with that Venom. Absolutely key there.
Yep, and remember, Divine Milo is coming back. He's not completely dead yet. You see Gemini Cannon trying to get rid of Shun so that Kane dies in his turn and that Divine Milo can't come back. It's not quite enough damage. DGX still has plenty of energy to use Pandora again, though.
Yes. So here we go. We see Pandora. Goes on Odysseus.
But this time it's not going to cause damage because Orphe is asleep.
Exactly. The Venom, absolutely key move by Ice Coke.
Yep.
Absolutely important here. DGX, goes ahead, hits that control unit of Pandora, eliminates Artemis. And
this is still a very close fight, my friend. There's one revive has been expended from Kane. Shun comes back though, and I believe he's able to protect here. After coming back, he does. He protects Kane again because that guarantees that Milo comes back. But Milo comes back with 1 attack. It's not going to make an enormous difference. Now notice that Pandora Commander is also asleep because the effect of her skill is the one that killed Artemis.
Interesting that Ice Coke goes ahead and hits the shield. Oh no, he's hitting Orphe.
Trying to get her. Is he gonna get lucky here with Pisces? He does not.
Thanatos is gonna hit again on area. That is gonna give even more power to Pisces. No, it's gonna eliminate the Pisces.
That's a lot of damage.
Big difference.
Did that AoE just one-shot Pisces?
Yeah, full health.
What?
Full health, exactly. I've never seen that before. An AoE.
Milo checks out again. All the revives have been spent, and now Ice Coke is left with 3 support units and surrenders the match.
And DGX wins.
DGX, then the sole survivor of the SEA server, moves on to the semifinal. Another amazing performance. This time not relying so much on Orphe. That Thanatos, oh my god. That Thanatos was amazing.
So what seemed like a risky strategy at the beginning, the fact that DGX decided to protect the Thanatos instead of the Orphe, it seemed questionable in the first round, but it ended up paying big at the end because that Thanatos managed to one-shot with an area of attack damage.
I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen that happen before. A Thanatos taking out a Pisces 100 to 0 with an AoE. That's amazing. But that's the level of damage that in this special server where they could configure the Saints with this amazing Cosmo that they had at their disposal, that's the level of damage that we've seen. And it makes for some moments that you probably can't see regularly, which is another thing I really like about the
central
tournament.
Cosmos that Thanatos had? Was it Chimera? Was it?
No, I don't know. I didn't notice if he had any slowdowns. He's typically played with Two-Horn Snake. He's now being played with Fuchsia as well. And here we have a highlight of...
We have the highlight from the first match, I believe, maybe?
Yep. Highlight from the first match where Thanatos takes out Pisces and then takes out Taurus with his AoE.
Exactly. 70,000.
Oh, we're seeing the end of each one of the rounds. Okay, this is really cool.
All right. So that was the end of the first. This is the end of the second match, where we see that Along of DGX absolutely demolished with the double kill on the same round. He finishes off Pisces, then he goes again for the Judgment, finishes off Milo, and at that point, Ice Coke is absolutely defenseless. And we have here the third match.
Why did he hit him so many times?
I would love to see that again. I would love to see like
I'm so confused by that AoE from Thanatos. How he could do that level of damage.
I saw 72,000 and then 16,000 and then 10,000, right? I saw that was
he hit him like sometimes he hit him like 5 times. I don't even know how. That was amazing.
I saw 3. I'm not sure 5. I saw 3.
Wow. That's amazing. I want a Thanatos like that in my life.
Yeah,
I need that Thanatos in my account.
That was absolutely the turning point of that matchup there. I mean, that made a difference because if that Thanatos would not have eliminated that Pisces, even if the Pisces would have survived by just 1 point, that Pisces would have come back and absolutely demolished.
Absolutely. That win is all down to Thanatos right there. What a performance. Yes. And guys, if I'm not mistaken, that is the third round of the first match. Remember, we have one more match today where we're going to see Dr. Ajota from America facing off against Gianluca from Europe. There will be a small intermission. I believe it's going to be about 10 minutes long, and it should be coming up. But just so you know, we will be coming back fairly soon, okay?
Yes, so right up, we'll be coming...
シリアクタのごとき人間の命など救って何になるというのです。
人の使命とはすなわち星によって導かれし運命、セイントの使命はこの世にはびこる悪を打ち砕くこと。
黙りなさい。
キャレビラ
満月天山。
愛を知らぬあなたに人を罰する資格などありません。成功セクタ
いいでしょう、見るがいい。このアルテミス自らがあなたを成敗いたします。
ー愛と平和の大地。
愚かな、成敗します。ジェイド
セクタ
リアクサのごとき人間の命など救って何になるというのです。ジェイドアロー逃がさないよ。ホーリーシャイン。
少々手荒くなるが許せ。赤目どうした。怨霊暴魂。今こそ真の強さを見せてやる。無益な殺生はしたくない。さあ殺してくれるぞ。冥界変更。一瞬のうちに葬ってやろう。ギャラクシアンエクスプロージョン。潰してやるぞ。やっ
星雲祈願。引き下がるという選択肢はないのよ。風は許さぬ。スターフォールプロフェシー。スターフォールプロフェシー。はあ。まだまだスターオーシャン。不本意ではあるけれど、ここは私がお相手しましょう。
俺に任せとけ。でも俺は同じ年頃のそこをどけセイントよ。食らえ任せるザコ。受けてみろ。
安らかな眠りにつきなさい。どこへなりと去りなさい。
この私が行きましょう。
失せろ。死ね。大腕どうした。いざ鉄槌を下さん。
コスモよ。
この俺が切り裂いてやるわ。ていそれ。死ね。食らえ。天竜剣。ディアー。コスモが燃えている限り諦めちゃダメだ。 燃え上がれくらえ僕は人を傷つけたくないんだ
熱く燃やせ奇跡を起こせ傷ついたままじゃいないと誓い合った遥かな未来映画セスファンタジーそして夢だけは誰も奪えない心の翼だからSaint Seiya
浄化の光天魔降伏高速カタリバ氷結リンゴ二重人格を切り裂けレードの剣アリエス最大の剣ライオンサイクロン
Hey everyone, welcome back for the second half of today's broadcast. I'm back again. I'm Androli.
And I am Manano. Thank you very much for coming back with us here as we prep up for this second match, this second set of opponents, and it's gonna be the America server versus the Europe server. All right, it's gonna be an amazing match.
The last standing warrior for each one of these regions. We have Dr. Ajota representing America and also as a A1 player. I sent him my full support for representing us in this tournament. And then on the other side, we have Gianluca representing Europe.
Yes, for Gianluca, we know that this individual is extremely competitive. He has managed to defeat all the other Europe based server players, and that is going to be an amazing match because he comes with the strength of defeating all of those other individuals. So there we have him on screen. On the left, Gianluca. On the right, Dr. Ajota. And it's going to be a completely amazing match, just like the one that we had before.
Absolutely. And it's a bit of a shame that there's only one of these two guys is going to move forward. So we don't have the chance of seeing more America or Europe players in the final. But it is what it is. That is the way of the tournament. We had equal chance as everybody else. Everybody played their best. It's been amazing matches. And these are the last survivors. So those are the guys we're going to be seeing in the next fight. Gianluca and Ajota.
Yes. And again, it's a BO3. So it's the best of three, which means that we're going to be seeing two lineups on each side. And that will be the format as well for this second set of opponents. We're going to be seeing a lot of Artemis teams, a lot of Pandora teams, and the key difference will be most likely what kind of other characters are brought with those respective lineups. And maybe even we get to see the appearance of another different lineup that is not Pandora or Artemis. But even if we don't, it's about the other members in the team and how they're used in combination.
Yeah, one that works fairly well that I'm surprised we haven't seen a lot of is Ichi with either Orpheus or Divine Taurus. giving that boost to Divine Taurus so he can use his skill right away and pretty much get rid of one enemy unit guaranteed. But we haven't seen it at all. It has been the Festival of Artemis and Pandora. They are the strongest ladies at this point. Incredibly hard to compete without them, against them. Okay, so in this next round, we're probably going to see something similar, but there's a lot of that can happen on the first pick as well. You know, we saw in the last one that Ice Coke opened with a winning team of Pandora Commander, but then was not able to secure the win with the following two. So that first fight doesn't necessarily determine, you know, the rest of the matchup for you, that you can still turn it around, and DGX proved it.
Exactly. Again, Ichi could be a good option, but I think in that situation, you will almost have to guess that the opponent is going to bring the Artemis lineup and not the Pandora lineup. In that situation, the Artemis lineup would take probably too much damage from Orphe with the double Serenade right from the get-go on the beginning of the first round. However, having that Ichi in the lineup, yes, it's going to give you that boost, but it's also going to be a unit that is not going to do much for the rest of the match.
That's true.
So you have one less attacker, one less supporter. It's a
Mm-hmm.
big difference when we see that the matches are being decided very closely down to the last units. All right.
But fairly quickly as well. We haven't seen a lot of matches go to like round 6, 7, 8. It's such an aggressive meta that has been established for this tournament that is usually over by round 3 or 4. Maybe there's like one unit left and the game is already decided, but they're ending much sooner than that, really. By the end of round 2, it's pretty clear who's going to win the fight, you know, unless there's some unexpected miracle like the Orphe 6-on-1 that DGX pulled off. It's pretty much decided at that point. It's just too much damage.
Exactly. Yeah, the amount of damage is just too overwhelming, especially in the combinations that we're seeing it with this BO3, where you can condense all of those units, all of those top units into only 2 teams. If we were seeing a BO5, then we will see probably a greater spread. We will see other characters that we don't see on BO3, and probably the damage will be less intense as some of those top units get spread across 3 teams instead of 2. But with the BO3 format, we see those absolute monster attacking units, those big damage units get condensed into 2 teams, and it's absolutely way too much to even see a round 4. Or 5.
And it makes using characters that need time to build their skills, like for example Mew evolution, Hades with his 2 rounds. It just makes them incredibly hard to use, because by the time they're ready to get going, all of their teammates are dead, so the battle is already decided. And that's why these teams have become so predominant. It's just, you can't wait. You don't have the luxury, even alone. Even if you're going to use alone, you have to try to transform him in round 1. You just lose too much time if you don't. He's going to transform at the end of round 2, and then half his team is already going to be dead.
And that's mainly why we have seen Alone being played in the Artemis lineup, because the double action makes him be activated at the end of the first round. And I don't think we have seen Alone played on the Pandora lineup, only in the Artemis lineup, I think, so far. And that's exactly the reason why, with that Artemis lineup, it's always used with the Brilliance, and the double action ensures that Alone is usable on the first round. Even if the Alone gets reverted in the case of an Artemis versus Artemis lineup, which we have already seen on the previous match of the 2 opponents, the Alone usually gets reactivated on the same round that gets reset. All right, because again, the double basics, unless that team has lost a lot of members, it will be able to reactivate within the round that it was reinitiated by Artemis. All right,
exactly. Yeah, because there's very few, he needs a lot of movements from allies. And there's very few teams that can actually accomplish that transformation in round 1. The most obvious one is Artemis, obviously, because everybody moves twice. And then you have just double turn units. Athena has a double turn mechanic. Hypnos does as well, but he's just become very difficult to use. Very, very difficult. Even against Orphe, which we thought, okay, Hypnos is going to come back really strong because he can stop Orphe. No, not really, because he starts by moving twice, and then he's already half dead from the damage from Orphe starting his Serenade at the beginning of the fight. So that's not a counter, and then you have Divine Shiryu, moves twice. So that's another combination you sometimes see is Athena double S with Divine Shiryu. It gives you enough moves by the end of round 1. Most likely your Alone will be ready for action. Other than that, it's round 2 and it's just too long. It's too late.
Right. All right. And the problem with round 2 is just that it basically, if you don't see the activation in time for the end of round 1, then you get into round 2, and it will probably happen at the beginning of round 2, but you already wasted the first action, and sometimes even double action, because in the case of Alone, he can act twice. So you're not only missing one action, but 2 actions of that character. He cannot act twice in base form.
Yeah, and not to mention, if you transform at the beginning of round 2, you then have to wait the entire round for Alone's turn to come, and he loses the damage reduction he has in his human form. He's really, really hard to kill in his human form. Once he transforms, yes, he can do massive amounts of damage, but he's very vulnerable as well. The only thing that can save him is his auto-hiding mechanic. That's it. But then an AoE can take him out, or like Radamantis with his random wigs could take him out. So it's really, you have to transform him turn 1 or you're basically dead.
Talking about Radamantis, that's a unit that we have not seen here yet. It's a unit that has seen a lot of play in the Pandora lineup, but so far, because of the BO3, it seems like it's not enough and he has been pushed outside. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank you again for the great support of Huawei App Gallery for this event. Dear viewers who are watching the live broadcast, if you want to watch the game, you can watch it through Facebook, YouTube, Nemo TV, TikTok, and you can get rich rewards while watching the game. Thank you very much, Huawei App Gallery, for all of your support in this amazing event.
Absolutely. And the way to get in those raffles and try to get one of the prizes is leaving your email in the comments in the stream that you're watching. Okay, and here we go. Round 1 of the second fight, Ajota, Gianluca.
Yeah, so we have Ajota at the bottom, Gianluca at the top. And we have, of course, the code there, Sickness Hyoga, for those amazing prizes that you can redeem on the website.
Finally, a little bit of variety here on the side of Gianluca. It's still Artemis Brilliance, but we see 2 units that we haven't seen at all during most of the tournament. Okay, so thank you, Gianluca, for bringing this craziness out here.
And again, we see that Alone on the Artemis lineup, gonna make it in time to activate, but Gianluca brings the great Araya Shiki Shaka, which is gonna be hitting very hard with that amplification of damage of Artemis. All right, so that can be an absolute monster here. It's just a matter of getting those 4 points of energy available.
Hyper aggressive lineup there on the side of Gianluca, with Arayashiki, Shijima, and Alone as damage dealers. On the other side, we have really just Pisces. And is that the regular Milo that I'm seeing? No, that's Divine Milo. It's Divine Milo.
Yes, that's Divine Milo. Yeah.
He was already unhidden by the first of Odysseus's AoE attacks. Okay, that also spend all of the counters from Divine Taurus on the side of Dr. Ajota. That's
and
another
we see that Gianluca is hoping for that Arayashiki to survive this first round. It's probably a second round Arayashiki, as we don't see any kind of rock or anything that would generate further energy. And the fact that it's Artemis against Artemis prevents even that extra generation, which anyways, there's no units that will provide that anyways.
Here we go. And that Arayashiki is going straight for the Artemis on Dr. Ajota's side. Shijima moves as well. Here we go. That Artemis.
Virgo.
Ooh. That Artemis is down to about a 3rd HP, a 4th HP. He has one more attack with Shijima. He goes on Divine Milo.
Goes for the Milo. Doesn't go straight for the...
Yeah, he does, and Alone is already transformed. He doesn't finish off. Oh, maybe he thought he could finish it with a secondary attack. It doesn't, but he switches to Milo.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the exclamation. Chooses the Milo. And
who is he gonna
also
go
to note
for?
that Shijima also had Blood Elf. So you have the Blood Elf from not only Artemis in the side of Gianluca, but also the Shijima. So you have double Blood Elf.
Oh, he goes with basics. He does not go for the strong skill, even though he had the 2 energy. He goes with basics, probably trying to save energy for Alone. Switches to Leo. And he goes with a basic on Leo and takes out Artemis, who dies at the hand of the other Artemis. So she's going to be revived by Cain, and Gianluca's Artemis falls asleep. It was actually her hit that finished it off.
Oh, yes. So because Artemis is the one that put the ending blow, then we have the Artemis of Gianluca going to a sleep, and Cain's revival kicks in because, again, the Gianluca Artemis is of higher speed than Agiota's.
Yep. So quite a sequence of events to explain there exactly how that works. Divine Taurus is able to take the soul out from Alone, which makes him very, very vulnerable. But he has a move here, and he has enough energy to do whatever he wants. Is he going to try to take out an attacker? Is he going to try to take out Cain? Does he have enough damage?
He has to exchange because it will be very difficult for him to eliminate a unit with the protection of Taurus.
He goes for it though. He brings Cain a little bit lower. Goes for the sword on Milo and procs the second revival. Eliminates Divine Milo, but he's going to come back with that revival from Cain. And is it my imagination, or does he have Ruck? He has Ruck equipped.
Yes.
Oh, so Ajota playing with a Ruck Milo. Usually we see it with Chimera, but he goes with Ruck here. It's an interesting choice.
Yeah, we see the difference here. I mean, again, it makes sense, especially because it's such a rush with the current meta. It makes sense for the Rock to be here so that he can go ahead and hit more on that first round. And here we go with the Pisces,
who has not lost any life.
Powered up.
No, not at all. He loses the second move with Artemis being in revive state, let's call it. So he only has 1 attack with no life lost and no extra energy to shoot out. This is Artemis on the side, I believe on the side of Ajota, we're seeing move because the Artemis on Gianluca's side was asleep, right?
Yes. Yes, but now I think
Odysseus gets his turn canceled. Or at
Turn
least one
canceled.
of them.
Artemis still hits. We see that everything is going directly to the spirit of that Alone. Here comes one more. No, not yet.
The Divine Taurus decides to not do one more attack, but he's going to do it anyway when Arayashiki moves. It's 70% chance, okay? It's 70% chance to counterattack. It's not guaranteed.
Now let's see if Gianluca comes with that Arayashiki or not.
Alone
It's
is
eliminated
dead.
absolutely right away. Gianluca is going to have to rely on that Arayashiki in order to try to win this first match.
He has...
It's now or never.
He goes for the strong attack. That's
Goes
4
for the
energy
basic.
gone. It does not do much. It does not do much, my friend. Here comes another turn. Oh, secondary attack.
We're not seeing...
Not
Not
enough
making
damage,
sense.
but Divine
Not
Milo
make-
might be checking out again here, though. Let's see.
Yeah.
Can he kill Pisces? He
Goes
does not kill
ahead and
Pisces.
he puts the extra damage on the Pisces, knowing that he doesn't have another unit to finish it off.
He does.
Knowing
He has
that
Milo.
Giota-
He has
Oh,
Milo.
okay, all
Milo
right.
from the exclamation. Here we go. There's 1 attack.
I
Oh,
think
you better
he's
kill
gonna
him,
make
buddy.
it.
You better kill him. He switches to move.
Goes for the move. Basic. Kills it. All right.
Gets it.
Gianluca manages to finish off the 2 attackers of Agiota,
And that's it.
right now in a very good position against Agiota here.
Absolutely, because Ajota now has no real attackers to speak of.
No.
There's no direct damage coming out. There may be a little bit from bounces on Odysseus. There may be a little bit from Divine Taurus, but that's it. That is it. This one looks very, very good for Gianluca right now. With 3 attackers, if you include the exclamation.
Yeah,
Odysseus
so
activates a
Gianluca
secret.
has managed to do away with the 2 attackers of Ajota on that second round. The double kill on the Divine Milo, which was first revived by Kane. Here we see a reset of Ajota on the Odysseus.
Yeah, and that Odysseus had probably activated either revive or a heal to try to get that Shaka back up to, decent health. It gets canceled though by the revival. And here comes Shaka again, not really doing that much damage with his AoEs. He's gonna eat some counters here though. Only one. Oh, because it's round 3. He only counters his hit to him.
It's almost to a certain extent, we could say that the Shijima has been more key than the Arayashiki in this lineup for Gianluca.
It has done massive damage. That Shijima just wrecked Ajota's team, man. And it's weird because it's a unit that we saw as soon as Artemis came out. We saw Shijima everywhere. Then he kind of went away, and now he's back like, hey guys, hey, I exist and I can kill stuff. Why are you not using me? So this Shijima really working wonders for Gianluca right now. With the Cosmo available in this server, it's not surprising either, the amount of damage that Shijima is able to put out.
Here we see Milo being selected here by Gianluca on the exclamation.
Yep. And who is he going to go for? Is he going to try to get rid of Artemis? Probably. Does Odysseus have a revive? We don't really know. It's a secret, literally. Guys, remember, for these gift codes that you're seeing on screen, this is the website you have to go to, okay? The website is right there. I was also posting it in the chat. Let me see if I can take a quick moment to post the link to the exchange website. There it is. So go over there and use this code that you see on screen.
Continue here the chain of basic attacks by Gianluca on Ajota. Ajota has no choice but to take those attacks. He can counter a little bit with Taurus, but Ajota has no dedicated attackers.
So, okay, there's a little bit of damage on that. Arayashiki's actually going to die.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Gianluca goes for an actual exclamation.
Yes, he has the exclamation there waiting, charging up.
That is actually very rare to see. It's funny because the unit is Athena's exclamation, and it's the skill that's used the least. Because at this level of competition, all the units are so tanky, they can take so much damage that even with the crazy multipliers it has a really hard time killing people.
Yes.
But he has all 3 effects of the Cosmo active. He can't be controlled. He can't be killed. The enemy units can't revive because of Milo. So what remains to be seen? Everything. 90% extra damage.
90%. So if it's going to hit, it's going to be here.
And whoever he selected as the primary target will not be revived by Odysseus. Let's see who it was.
Let's see.
Oh!
It
Artemis.
hit,
Artemis goes bye-bye. Is he going to go for another one?
Artemis goes out.
Does he have... Is he going to go for another one? Gianluca, what are you going to do, bro? Are you going to go for another exclamation? Yes,
another one.
Does. Let's go. Round of applause for Gianluca, please, players.
Yeah.
I know he's defeating our representative here in America, but round of applause for that exclamation, please.
Can we assume that he selected Artemis as the main target?
Yes, absolutely. That level of damage, Artemis had to be the main target. And because he has Milo's Cosmo active from the exclamation, that unit cannot be revived by Odysseus' secret. It just dies. The revive does not apply. And that's the power. So it's not only the damage increase you get with all 3 Cosmo, it's all the additional effects as well. It's insane. No control. You're immortal. Units can't revive. It's an amazing, amazing unit. But there's still a Divine Taurus here.
See the soul of Taurus The Galactic explosion by Kane.
Ajota is not giving up. These players have not fought this hard to get to this level and give up. He's gonna fight until the very last unit. There's a control on Artemis. There's a secret on Odysseus on the side of Gianluca. If I was a betting man, I would say it's a revive.
Which one did he select?
Oh, Taurus.
Taurus.
Definitely Taurus. Definitely Taurus. He could go for another exclamation. He could do literally whatever. He could go for a super attack with Milo on that Kane. Try to finish him off. No, he switches to Mu. Okay.
Mu, let's see. Maybe
Another
he's trying
one?
to put the protection on top of himself just to make sure that he survives. No.
And another one.
exclamation.
And another one. Odysseus comes back because that's what Odysseus do. But hey, do not sleep on the damage from this Divine Taurus in this form. It can do a devastating amount of damage.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, go watch. I am Carlos. I know he's there in the chat. Go watch what his Divine Taurus did in a fight. It was just a thing of beauty.
Here that Taurus is gonna get that damage bonus because there's 3 missing units in the team. So that stomp is gonna hit even harder.
And that's a heal and a counter. The counter hurts. It brings them down evenly, which is good for Divine Taurus to apply some damage here. And there it is. It procs the automatic skill from Mu. He cannot die. Here goes. Kane applies a control on that exclamation for the next round.
Kane.
Artemis reactivates her brilliance. Odysseus reactivates a secret. But this exclamation, oh, I wonder, with Leo's anti-control effect, will that control from Kane take place? I don't think it will. Here comes
we
another
go.
boom.
Here we go. Here we go. Which one is he gonna select? Seems like he
Not enough
selected-
damage. Is he going to be able to move? I believe he is because of Leo's effect. There's another heal from Odysseus on the side of Ajota. Guys, this is not over. He goes with
Goes for the
basics.
double basic.
Oh, so maybe
Double
we see
basic
here
by Gianluca on Ajota.
on the
It's
second movement.
controlled by Kane.
Oh, is this Divine Taurus gonna change things up with a big boom here? Let's see. He goes with the doors on Kane. Good bit of
Stomp.
damage.
The heal on the side of Gianluca is gonna definitely make a big difference. I think that for Ajota, he's gonna have a very difficult time
Oh,
taking down
Second
Gianluca
door open.
as long as he has that Odysseus.
second door open for Kane. Odysseus is going with basics here. He takes out Odysseus a second time, and that's it. That's it.
And that's it.
Dr. Ajota says, I've seen enough of this craziness. That's it for me. So round 1 going to Gianluca.
Yeah. Gianluca managed to conclude that first match, that first set, because again, it was too difficult for his opponent to really bring him down with that Odysseus there, able to heal continuously, and given the fact that at that moment there was no dedicated attackers on the other team.
There was just not enough damage. Not with, if maybe Gianluca hadn't had a healer in his team, it might have been possible, but that
Maybe.
because they're guaranteed that he would be able to sustain his team against the big damage from Divine Taurus, who can really, he can do a lot in that ghost form, but just not enough this time against the healing. One of the craziest matchups we've had though. That was up and down the whole way there till the end. I actually had hopes for Ajota there for a second. Okay, and remind you
here
guys
we
that.
have
Oh yeah, go for
a
it.
lucky draw again. I believe now we're going for the 200 maybe.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
So guys, remember, leave your email address here in the comments in any of the streams that you're watching. It doesn't matter which one you're watching, what language it is. Put your email down. The organizers are going to create a list, do a raffle, and you can be selected as a winner. Okay, so you're going to get either Huawei spend money or Huawei voucher, depending on where you are. And if you don't have Huawei service at all, you're going to get stuff in the game. So you can still win. Leave your email there. You'll have a good chance. We've seen already, 20 winners so far?
So make sure that you put your email down there in the comments again to participate on this raffle. And you better do it quickly because at any moment we will be picking the next winners and they will be displayed on screen. All right. So go ahead and put your email in the comments. Don't wait and get in order to win these prizes.
Yeah, somebody put my email down too. All right. Somebody in the chat, just type my email. All right. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone that's participating, guys. The prizes are awesome as always, courtesy of Huawei and their app gallery. Huge supporter of the game, probably the biggest sponsor of the game we've ever had. So show your support for their support by participating. Throw down your email, get entered into a chance to win one of these amazing prizes, and you won't regret it. There's always a chance to win.
See in the chat a lot of hashtag GTRcade. And it's time to win.
Yeah, I don't know where those hashtags are coming from, but thank you anyway. GT Arcade is one of the organizers. Yeah, are one of the organizers for this amazing tournament. If it wasn't for all the work they put in, we wouldn't have chances like this. So also, massive thank you to the sponsors, to the organizers, to all the people working behind the scenes, because those are people that usually don't get thanked. And here we have a list of winners.
Yes, so here we have the winners for the 200, which is Neo Smart 23, Darkness Diarco, Ruben Rodriguez, Tito Guerra, and Orlando Jr.
And I actually recognize 2 of these names. So congratulations, guys. You know who you are if I recognize you. Congratulations, $200 in prizes. I know those 2 guys. I'm very happy that they won.
Right.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I would like to take this opportunity to thank our great support of Huawei App Gallery for this event. Thank you very much for your support, Huawei App Gallery. Dear viewers who are watching the live broadcast, if you want to watch the game, you can watch it through Facebook, YouTube, Nemo TV, TikTok, and you can get rich rewards while watching the game. So thank you very much, Huawei App Gallery, for the support of this event.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And remember, guys, it's not just these 4 platforms. It's also multi-language. So we have English, Spanish, Portuguese, and French broadcasts going out. Different teams, different guys giving a good effort to make the best show possible for you. So go show some love. If you're on a computer, you can have multiple tabs open and go say, hey, everybody, thank you for doing this in every one of them. All right, a lot of people working behind the scenes to make this possible. And I believe everybody, from the sponsors to the organizers to everybody, the players putting in so much time, deserve a huge thank you from us.
All right, and here we're going to go with match 2 of Dr. Ajota versus Gianluca.
Yes, and I do believe we have the Grand Pope, El Pope. The Grand Pope is the code, the gift code. It is a $10 value from what I'm seeing on the screen. Go enter it on the website that you see there or in the link that I'm going to share here, at least in my English chat where I'm active right now. All right. Not surprisingly, we have a combination of Artemis Brilliance against Commander Pandora in one way, shape, or form. If I'm not mistaken, this team on Gianluca's side is exactly the one we saw in the previous fight, right? Combined with Thanatos, Orphe, and a Divine Taurus. Let's see who gets the move. The first move here goes to, I believe it's Dr. Ajota with that Artemis. Yep. And he hides her.
The counter attacks by Divine Taurus. Here is going to get more interesting as we see 2 different lineups go up against each other. But we see that Gianluca there with the Pandora, he's going to have enough energy to activate that Pandora in the first round. It's not going to be a problem with the Artemis limiting the energy. It's barely enough. And, of course, a combination of Pandora with the Orphe doing that immediate damage.
Yeah. And that's what makes that combination of Cannon and Pandora so powerful, is even against a team that cuts down your energy generation, it's still just enough to get that Pandora activated. Get that skill off, get the damage, get the control, get the waste of energy also on the enemy team. There's so many different effects. And there's even one that I always forget about, is like when I play against her, I come out of the control, I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then I go to use a unit, and it turns out I have more energy cost because that's the last effect that it has. It's an insane amount of things that lady does. All right, here's the first AoE from Odysseus. It's going to proc, it's going to proc all the counters. Now, Gianluca in this case, he will be able to use Pandora Commander, but he will not be able to play another Serenade or use Taurus' skill. Not enough energy.
Gianluca here with his Thanatos does the area of attack damage, area of effect damage, and he's gonna go ahead and activate that Pandora, which is gonna further do more damage. And again, it comes down to whether the Pisces gets eliminated or not, because the Pisces, if it survives, is gonna do even greater damage.
It is, and it's gonna get 2 moves for sure. And it's gonna get 2 moves. Now, Gianluca decides to protect Orphe, which is different from what we saw earlier. Remember, DGX chose to protect Thanatos, and that ended up winning the game for him. So here, Gianluca decides to protect Orphe with his Shion Sapuri, or Shion Surplice, depending on how you call him. And Dr. Ajota cannot hide Pisces, okay? He already used Aphrodite's Shyness on Artemis. So that Pisces is exposed for now. Not enough energy for Thanatos, not enough energy for Orphe, and not enough energy for Taurus. Oh, Lord! So much damage.
Yeah, there's way too much damage coming from Gianluca to Ajota.
Look at that.
Way too much.
Look at that. The Ajota's team is almost gone. Is basically gone right now. Can he come back? You need a Pisces miracle here.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see that Gianluca hides the Pandora.
After her control is already ended. So he exactly. There's damage from that Orpheus. Now Milo's going to come back. He does it in this round, and he receives damage again right away, 40,000. He's still moving because he has Rock, and Rock playing against him here.
And Rock Milo is hitting Thanatos, or...
He dodges one, and here comes Pisces.
All right, here comes the Pisces, which is the big moment. Artemis is still alive, which means that Pisces is going to be able to hit twice with a lot of damage. Here comes Thanatos, hits the area attack.
Pisces has about 50.
Take out the Artemis.
1/3. And can this Pisces do it here? Last chance.
Oh my God, Pisces has to take the entire team.
No, it's not enough.
Doesn't manage to do it, no.
It is not enough. It was too hard a mission, even for Pisces.
And of course, also the anti-healing of Orphe on that Artemis that doesn't manage to heal on the end of the previous round and now gets defeated by Orphe. All right, so
and there's still one more revive.
A monster in this match.
Yeah, and which unit is there in between Cain and Odysseus? I believe it's Divine Taurus that is going to be revived here. Now, Orphe is asleep. That is the one saving grace here for Ajota, is that Orphe is asleep because he killed Artemis. It buys him a little bit of time. He is going to be able to use... No, he doesn't have energy to use the skill when Taurus comes back.
Remember that we're still in the second round, that Divine Taurus is still protecting the lineup.
Oh, and Gianluca still had enough energy for Pandora.
Gianluca has no attackers available to be used. The only one that he had now being controlled.
Yep, and notice that Shion was not able to activate his protection. Taurus choosing to take the first life of Cannon. But unfortunately, this Pisces is not going to move.
Gianluca is
Orpheus
just simply coming in too strong. It's looking like a 2-0 so far.
It sure is.
Ajota gives up, doesn't want to see the end, and we have ourselves the winner, Gianluca. Congratulations.
With a 2-0 sweep, Europe moves forward in this tournament. Gianluca has placed himself now in the semifinal tomorrow. We're not sure yet of what the brackets will be. I'm sure they will be announced later on Facebook, guys. And always, something I always recommend when we do these transmissions, follow the official pages on Facebook. If you want to have all the latest information, you got to follow on Facebook because it's going to be schedules for events, announcements about competitions, announcements about competitions for the players themselves. You know, you can participate in different stuff. They have like drawing contests and all these different things. And you can only find out on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, you're going to miss out on them.
Yeah, so make sure that you follow on Facebook and all the other platforms so that you stay updated all the time with everything that is going on in the game. And we have the finalists for tomorrow decided. It's gonna be Gianluca versus CGX. All right.
We're not sure though. We're not sure if that's the bracket we're gonna see tomorrow or because remember we have a whole nother bracket.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
that's right,
and here's the replay.
right.
Here's the end of both fights.
Here we have the highlights of the previous match. So that
Gianluca,
exclamation there do amazing damage. The Shijima ensuring that nothing comes off from the side of Ajota with too much damage.
and
of
that
course,
massive respect for Gianluca here for using the Theta exclamation, the actual attack so many times. It's something I've been hoping to see at the tournaments, but it rarely happens. So massive respect. Both fights were the second one. This was a great fight. The first one, the second one, man, was a wipeout. Absolute wipeout with that Pandora commander team. It's just impossible for Ajota to survive against it. Possible. So Gianluca takes the 2-0 sweep. We're gonna see this is the end of the second match, and it's just massive damage. And then capping it off by controlling that Pisces, who might have been able to pull off a miracle, but not if it can't move. So that's it. Gianluca takes the victory 2-0. Amazing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely amazing there. Again, on the first match, we saw the positioning, the survival of Odysseus all the way till the end. So in that situation where you have no dedicated attackers on the other side and you have the ability to heal, it was just too much and there was no way for that team with no dedicated attackers to come back. And then on the second match, we see the combination of Pandora with the Thanatos.
100 years after the unbridled dumping of nuclear waste devastated the environment, the planet turned into a desolate, radioactive wasteland, and what remained of humanity barely scraped by in this hell on Earth. The discovery of a strange new material changed everything. A material that was completely resistant to radiation, that could even assimilate and resonate with organisms. We call this material M-metal, and thus began a new age of humanity, the Metal Era. Implanted with M-metal, fighters have reached unforeseen heights in the combative arts. Now, step into the ring and discover the true potential of M-metal. Welcome to the Metal Revolution, a brutal fighting tournament for M-metal research.
For a new challenger. Check out the game's trailer and pre-register on Google Play and the App Store right now.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
this is a game we saw a little bit of a preview when we did the last event. Remember, Manano? We saw a little bit of Metal Revolution, and I at least thought it looked incredibly interesting because I love the combination of mech with classic stuff like katanas and stuff like that. It really, it's like right up my alley.
Yeah, and it's all in a fighting game, which means that it's going to involve a lot of skill, a lot of last moment decisions, and it's going to be very engaging. And here we go with our next lucky draw. This time is going to be, I believe, the 300, which is the greatest amount. It's going to be really good. So make sure that you put your email down there in the comments so that you participate in this lucky draw. All right, so now is the time. Go ahead and participate. It's 300. It's the biggest amount, so make sure you don't miss it.
Yep. And remember, guys, you're gonna get that prize either in Huawei Spend Money or Huawei vouchers, depending on what region of the world you are. There's some that are available in North America and Europe, and then there's others available in Latin America. If you don't have Huawei service at all, don't worry, you will still get a prize. It'll be probably in the form of stuff in the game, whether that's coupons or whatever it is they choose to send you, you're still gonna get a prize, so don't worry. Put your email down, you'll be entered into the raffle. The organizers will pick the winners based on everybody who entered the email, and we will announce them soon. I'm not sure how many prizes there are, but there is $300 on the line that you could win. Make sure to participate.
Yes, that's a very large amount indeed. You could do a lot of things in the game with that amount, and it's going to absolutely benefit your account in Saint Seiya Awakening, all right?
Oh, $300 is a lot of coupons. That's a lot of battle passes. That's a lot of skins. That's a lot of Cosmo, whatever it is that you decide to use your coupons on. That's a very good reward, guys. Make sure you participate. Put your email address down. Like we recommended at the beginning, it doesn't have to be your primary email, just an email account that you have access to. That way, when the organizers contact you about your prize, you're able to claim it. If they have no way to contact you, there's no way for you to get the prize.
Absolutely. So go ahead and participate. At any moment, we'll be picking the winners. So make sure that you go ahead and participate right now. All right. Yep. Just a few moments, we will be announcing the winners.
Yep. And that pretty much, that last fight concludes the fights for today. We had a 2-1 between Ice Coke and DGX in the first round. And here are the winners.
Yes, so the winners are, for the 300, we have Javier Bello, Only NTC, and Lux Beanie. Congratulations to all three. You each got 300 coupon points.
Nice. That's a very good price. So that's almost $1,000 in prices with that raffle alone. Three prizes of 300 each. Congratulations to all the winners. And as always, we want to thank Huawei App Gallery for making all of this possible. It's their sponsorship and their support for the game that makes the events and the giveaways happen, okay? So if you're watching the streams or you have friends that want to watch the streams, they can do it on Facebook, YouTube, Nemo TV, or TikTok. You can get rewards while you're watching, and we also have a bunch of different languages going out for each of the transmissions.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, Huawei App Gallery, for all your support on today's event.
Yep, and we have here the results of today's matchups. As we mentioned a little while ago, we had Ice Coke versus DGX, with DGX from the SEA server taking that victory 2-1. And on the second matchup, we had Gianluca representing Europe against Ajota from America, with Gianluca snatching a 2-0 victory.
Yes, wow. Absolutely. So it was two amazing matches, four amazing players. And it was absolutely a delight to be here with all of you, commenting these matches and having a great time seeing this great action.
All right, absolutely a pleasure as always, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Now, remember, we are going to be back live tomorrow for the semifinal and final. It's going to start 2 hours earlier than we started today. And we have in about 2 hours the mega tournament that's happening with players from Europe and America. And you can watch that on our YouTube channels. I'll see you guys soon because we're cutting. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
I think we're cutting. Yes.